Thank you, Youssef, the voice of reason and intelligence, rationality and humanity. Let's give him a big round of applause. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, my name is Lawrence Maushard, and it was my great honor to help with the organization here. I just want to say a few words. That is, Peoria to Palestine is not so far away. I mean, we're talking about things that are on the other side of the earth, right? But the connections here are so deep, and that, you know, it's obvious because of the great humanity that's here now. It's just so apparent that, you know, that we're here from the human rights community and we're saying stop the genocide. And speaking of such, a few days ago, there was a broadcast on News 25, okay? And they had Susan Katz, which is the head of the Jewish Federation of Peoria. And what she said was quite troubling on a few different aspects. And one, she said that apartheid Israel is now just having a war on Hamas, not the Palestinian people. And we know this is obviously a lie. It is a falsehood. This is not just a war on Hamas. It's obviously in tune with genocide. The 2.3 million people in Gaza, half of them have been made homeless. They're jamming them up all over, and they're using it. They're using civilians like a shooting range. And it's not just Hamas. We all know about October 7th. It wasn't just Hamas that was part of the uprising on that day. There was many other representatives of the Palestinian people. So they're just using the word Hamas as, you know, as the boogeyman, as something to focus on for people who don't know what's going on. And we will not accept that. And she said, Susan Katz here in Peoria said, we see people supporting Hamas. I'm sorry, but we don't see that. She's just trying to paint all of the people supporting Palestine in a broad brush that will vilify them, and we reject this. We reject this wholeheartedly. And she also said that now is not the time to fix the rising tensions between both sides, those who would support apartheid Israel and those who would support Palestine. Well, she's also not being honest here. 5 years ago, it was the honor of my life to bring in Cindy and Craig Corey, who are the parents of Rachel Corey, an American student who was murdered by the Israeli military in 2003. And they ran her over with a Caterpillar D9R bulldozer. They saw her right plain as day, broad daylight, with two people in the bulldozer, weaponized bulldozer, and she was there with a red vest, just trying her best to protect in a non-violent way a home, a Palestinian home in Rafah, and they ran her over, and she died shortly thereafter at a Palestinian hospital. Anyhow, 5 years ago, the Coreys came to Peoria to help us protest in front of Caterpillar, okay, to get them to admit, or even just to somehow explain why Caterpillar has been selling and making available their bulldozers to apartheid Israel for years, decades, not just recently. And of course, we all know they use the Caterpillar bulldozers, weaponized Caterpillar bulldozers, to demolish innocent Palestinian homes and businesses and agricultural land and businesses in the city. And not only that, but they're using, if you look at the videos now, you can plainly see bulldozers that are being run through Nablus and Jenin and many other places And we just saw some of the horrible video from yesterday in the last 24 hours where they're running over innocent civilians. But they've used their bulldozers and their other heavy equipment to destroy the infrastructure of Gaza and the West Bank. And we will not let Caterpillar take a pass on what they've done to the innocent people of Palestine. BDS, boycott, divest, and sanction on Caterpillar for making their weapons available, their bulldozers available to Palestine for they know exactly what they're being used for. And not only that, I've talked to people who knew about the top echelon at Caterpillar some years ago, and I said, are these guys Zionists? I mean, what is the deal with Caterpillar and their bulldozers? And he said, no, it's not that. It's just money. It's just shame. Terrible shame on Caterpillar. And this is
Caterpillar.
Shame, Caterpillar.
Shame, Caterpillar. This is, I don't care where they have their headquarters. Peoria is the home of Caterpillar. Many people here work for Caterpillar. All of my family, my friends, were all involved in it, okay? But we have to demand that Caterpillar change their policy. We don't want to see Caterpillar destroyed. We want to see them change their policy to join the company of human rights all over the world and to stop with their lies about being concerned about human rights. They're the exact opposite, and they're not doing it for any ideology, they're doing it for money. Let's all be aware of that. One more thing from me. Okay, it's not only the apartheid state, it's the United States that is behind the genocide in Gaza right now, also the West Bank. And it's obvious and it's clear that Joe Biden, and he said as much, is a Zionist. Shame on you, Joe Biden. And shame on you, Joe Biden.
Shame, Biden.
Shame, Biden.
Shame,
Biden.
Shame, Biden. Shame, Biden. Shame, Biden. Shame, Biden.
We all heard and saw what Joe Biden said about beheading babies right after the start. I'm 64 years old. That was the most disgusting and vile thing I've ever heard from the lips of an American president. Going back to Vietnam and before, there's never been an American president who has been dealing in those kind of falsehoods and propaganda and hate. And we reject it wholeheartedly. As American residents and citizens and people of the world, we reject Joe Biden's government. And I'm sorry, but I will never vote for Joe Biden. They're not going to scare us with the Trump crap. Joe Biden has done worse than any president in modern history, except for a few others like George Bush. He's right in their league, and look what he's done to the innocent people of Palestine. No matter what he says now, he can stop the Israeli aggression in 2 seconds by pulling the money. You know, he can stop all this, and we demand that he do so. Joe Biden, stop the war crimes. We hold you responsible. You know, we have those psychotic settler government people in the apartheid Israeli government. We expect blood, murder, and war crimes from them, but we don't expect it from the American president and the administration, who many of us voted for. That will never happen again. And I just want to say that I saw one more thing I want to say that I saw recently, and they said it was in Australia, it was Melbourne and Sydney, and they had hundreds of thousands, maybe millions, and the cry went up, Israel, USA, how many kids did you kill today? By Israel, USA, how many kids did you kill today? And I thought to myself, this is just like Vietnam, only it's worse, because we were supposed to learn something, but no, we didn't. Iraq, we didn't learn anything. Afghanistan, we didn't learn anything, and other places too numerous to mention.
There's a lot of people on this side. We need people to cross the road a little bit so we can have all corners filled. Please, from this side on Canvas Town, walk across, right across this street or other one so we can fill all four corners. Get as much presence as possible.
Thank you very much, Yusuf. Let's try to make this even out. And now we have a few more speakers.